Number 4 on our list of top 5 takeaways was the resurgence of cross stitch, punch needle, all kinds of needle arts here at Quilt Market. And I think if you live as long as I have, you realize that what goes around comes around. Well, it's coming around. So lots and lots and lots of cross stitch and needle art stuff mixed into booths with quilt patterns.
Yeah, so I'll kick it off at United Notions. They had a bunch of great little kits for embroidery, crochet, and punch needle. So those are great for grab and go projects. People that are beginning, they just want to dabble and not have too big of an investment, but those are great starter projects.
There you go. I saw also at Robin Pickens' area in the Moda booth, she has a new line coming out called Thatched, which comes out in April of 2025. And as a companion to her fabric line, which has a lot of floral motifs in it, she's created companion cross-stitch patterns that have cross-stitch of some of those floral motifs, and she's making them into kits that will also be available through Moda to have the Aida cloth that they're printed on, the thread included with them. There's one kit that has florals, one kit that has a honeybee kind of thing, and then she's got a very cute sewing machine cover where she has cross-stitched a sewing machine that uses floral motifs to make up the shape, and she's created a sewing machine cover pattern, and you can buy all of that in a kit to complete. So that would make a great class for you guys to showcase, but also for anybody who wants to incorporate their love of quilting along with some needle arts.
Kind of expresses a little bit of both.
That's right.
And then kind of speaking of that, at Kimberbell, they had needle punch kits using yarn. So that was neat, seeing a different texture, kind of fits into our texture category. Yep. And they had it set up as like on a big frame, and it would be a fun way to like have an icebreaker if you're having a retreat, to like do a demo of how to and have people join in and do it kind of along the way.
They had a lot of finished goods where you could buy the pattern and make the little wall hanging, but for their demo, sort of try it and buy it, or it wasn't make and take it because you couldn't take it, but they had one that was set up that was probably 36 inches wide or 36 inches square.
Yeah.
And everybody who was in the crowd could come up and punch a little bit and then go around, because punch needle you do from the back side, and then the loops actually appear on the opposite side, and it spelled out cute saying. So it was a great idea, and would be a great way for you to have a demo in your store that anybody could come by and try their hand at punch needle and see how easy it is to do. Also, what we saw was Smart Punch by So Cherished, and this was sort of the finer version of what Kimberbell was doing at So Cherished. They were using a ball of 8-weight embroidery skein, and their pen was a little bit wider. So I had punch needle 20 years ago and didn't really understand all the equipment and found it a little difficult to use, and I feel like it's been simplified today. So this one pen had 5 settings on it. It had a little pin that you could slide over to make your loops bigger or smaller, and you could thread it so that the whole skein or ball of thread was on the table, and the thread was going through your pen, and you could punch along, and you didn't have to worry about how long a piece to cut or if you were going to get things tangled up. It just was super easy. So Cherished also carries a frame that's a wooden frame that has the little needles around the edge that hold your weaver's cloth for punch needle in place, and had a little cover over it so you weren't scraping yourself against the needles, but kind of like a mini rug hooking frame, I'll say, that she offers for sale as well. So that was another great option.
Yeah, and she said 100 needles per inch, which is amazing, but she's like, it keeps the fabric intact and secured. So,
and much easier to punch needle than an embroidery hoop would be, because sometimes you get a lot of slippage just from the amount of times that you're punching in and out. So those were some of the things we saw, but many, many, many quilt designers are also translating their quilt patterns into cross-stitch designs, and I think you'll find a plethora of those things available to you in your shop.